Hi everybody, you guys saw my Bacon Dispenser and a lot of you guys asked how I made it, especially the pig separator. And so this will be a bit of a tutorial video of how I made it. So here is my friendly mob spawner, and this is on my SMP server. Pretty much I play on it by myself, but occasionally I get some friends who come along, and so it's on the SMP server. And so there's a few things that are a bit different that might be interesting and a little different than if you play single player, but this is my spawner, mob, farm, whatever you want to call it. Here is the bacon dispenser. Push button. Receive bacon. Oh, didn't get very good. Let's try again. Hey, what happened to all my bacon? Must have been too far away. Oh well. But anyways, this is where the chickens will pop down. And here is where the cows and the sheep, oh, I lost the sheep too. But I'll show you the spawning pads first. Come on up here. One thing I will note is that in SMP, friendly mob spawning is pretty useless. So I found this out after I built this this whole spawning pad in the building. I found out that it pretty much doesn't work. I'm hoping in the future it will work because, well, I did all this work and I built this spawning pad in the middle of an ocean surrounded by desert on 4 sides, so it's pretty good. It was quite a challenge to get the grass all the way up here. But this is the spawning pad, and sometimes animals spawn up here, but for testing purposes we generally have to fake it. So I've got some cheater commands. So first the pigs, we'll spawn 3, and we'll also spawn some sheep. And there's our sheep, and you can see they're falling in, and just like your average mob system, they start falling in. So let's go watch them. Geronimo! And this is the ladder up to our where all the fancy work goes. And so you can see the sheep and the pigs will go off this way, and they're also bouncing up because through everything because of the lag, just a little bit of lag. And so there goes the sheep, and they go through, and then all the pigs are here. At least 2 or 3 pigs are here. What happened to our 3rd pig? Anyways, there's our pigs, and our sheep have fallen down, and they should have added to the numbers. So let's go take a quick look at our sheep. Oosh. There's our sheep. Yeah, sometimes pigs get through. It's not a big deal. So I'm going to show you, first of all, there are 3 major parts to it. First is separating out the chickens, and then separating out the pigs, and then finally we burn up the pigs for bacon. So first of all, the animals fall down right here, and this pool of water here is actually for the chickens. And what happens is all the animals except for chickens fall at normal speed, but chickens, because they kind of fly, they actually will land on here and they'll start swimming, and there's a diagonal current that pulls them right into here, and they zip along here, and they will actually come out a little hole in the floor. And this light right here, there's a toggle switch. There's a pig. Oh, there's our pigs. There's a toggle switch right here that keeps this trap door open, and I can close it so I can say chickens or no chickens. And so that cycles them through, and then of course our pigs are right here. And then so the next thing is, how do we get our pigs separated out? Well, here is a mock-up of how that's done. It's very, very simple. So what happens is the animals will come out and they'll drop right here. Hey, can you hear my son? He's kind of waking up. They'll drop out right here, and since pigs are less than 1 block high, and sheep and cows are taller than 1 block. The sheep and cows, like me, who's taller than 1 block, will slide along here, whereas the pigs usually, occasionally you saw one that didn't make it through, usually will pass right under here and continue on their own stream. So it's a very simple separator. Now you may note that wolves are also less than 1 block high. So wolves will also end up here, but since I don't actually farm wolves, they just burn up and they don't make bacon and I don't care. It's kind of cold. I don't care. Anyways, so there's the separator, right? Very simple. Look, just pigs, not pigs, and then who cares about wolves? All right. So you can see right here, there's animals come in, pigs will go under there, everything else will go along there, and I can make that a little longer and probably make it more efficient, more likely that the pigs won't fail to hit their right spot. Anyways, and so the pigs will then come around this little corner here, and they will fall down here where there's a set of 4 trapdoors. And waiting, and you can see right below them is lava. And so we'll go to look a little bit at the mechanism there. And so you can't really see it because the pigs are in here, but here's the mechanism for all this. And we'll put a little redstone here, and we will actually just set this thing off. Boom, dead pigs. So we'll open this critter up for you guys so you can see. Oops, wrong tool. Wrong tool. And this was the hardest part, getting this. But it's pretty simple. You notice, first of all, that all of the doors open in a different direction. They don't open like a drawbridge, and that's because in order to go straight through the block, you have to do this straight line like this. And so if you were to do 2 in a row, then it wouldn't be a straight line, it would be this square. I'll show you downstairs. But it would basically wouldn't work. And so I had to do kind of this staggered pattern, but it worked out really well. And so that works out, and that's pretty nice. And so there's a line of redstone torches that stack on each other. They go all the way down to the button, and that works out really nice. It was a little bit of trouble to figure out, but it wasn't too bad. Oh, hey, by the way, I should probably make a shout out to oops, lost my ladder. Oh, this is where I want to be. To Ethos and his Let's Play videos, because he helped me with a lot of this. The stacked these things, I know he didn't invent them, but they were inspired me. And this isn't really his design, but he inspired me that I could kind of make this separator. And then he and I both came up with the idea for dropping these guys, the pigs, through lava. Of course, separately. But a lot of this came inspired by him. I've got also a mob evader of his design on this server, so it's pretty cool. And so if you want to, you should definitely Google or check out his channel for Ethos Lab. Alright, we are way up in the air now. We're actually right underneath the lava. And so I'll show you how this works so you can find it. There you go. And it kind of acts weird. It actually goes over itself, and so I have to do this kind of a weird thing here. But I'll show you, clear this out and show you. And one thing is, on this SMP server, you can hear it, there's a thunderstorm outside. On this SMP server, lava doesn't cause fire, and fire doesn't spread. And so if you were to do this in single player, you'd probably want to make this out of stone instead of wood. Otherwise your whole giant building would burn down, and that would make a mess. Anyways, and so here is underneath of our trapdoors. And so you'll notice that there is 4 signs, and they actually are the thing that hold the lava up. And just because liquids can't be in the same spot as other blocks, and so this is sort of like an air block, so critters can fall through, but liquid can't fall through, so it holds it up. And then The other thing is that there are two spaces here, and the lava's right here. And the reason why that is because if it was right up at the top, then the pigs would actually swim in the lava, and then they would burn up and die, and you'd lose the bacon. So if you put it down here, they actually fall through it, catch fire, and when they hit the ground, between the fire damage, the lava damage, and the fall damage, they actually just burn up. And some people noted that because they didn't actually burn to death, they actually were killed by fall damage, that they shouldn't be made out of, or they shouldn't have cooked bacon. But it doesn't matter how they die as long as they're on fire when they die. Isn't that right, buddy? And the reason why I separate these guys out is because these guys I want them cooked, the pigs I want them cooked, the chickens I want to produce eggs, and these guys I want for their hides and their wool. Alright, get this up real quick. So here is how we do the trapdoor. There's actually an easier way than the way I had it set up. I'll show you how the way I had it set up, and I'll even show you the easy way. So this is the normal sort of drawbridge style. This was my original idea, but it didn't work for a simple reason, and that is because since we needed to stack wood on top, putting the normal drawbridge style where you kind of had it like this, and you put a redstone here. Oops, let's do this. Yeah. Put a redstone here, and it opens up, and you take the light, or you take the power away, and it closes up. Let's get rid of this. That didn't work out because, well, you can't put stuff up here and make it work. And so that was kind of a problem. And the simple way to do it is actually you just run a wire here, this torch, and then light this up, and it runs right through the block. But the problem with that is, if you were to do something like this, it actually doesn't count. It has to run straight into it. So the way I fixed that problem, oops, let me get rid of this, not put holes in the floor. The way I fixed that is I actually ran these. You can see, well, I showed you earlier how they were all run differently, and then get rid of this. So this one now works, and then just run this around the corner here, and so that makes a straight line in. So that's the way I did that. But there's actually another way that seems to work out, and it's simply to leave the corners off and run wires to the corners. So let me close this up. Let me get rid of this, and we'll see if we can get this to work out alright. Run that to the corner, and hopefully we have enough signal length. Run this to the corner. It still takes a little bit of a run, but if we do this, then they all open. So it doesn't matter. So the trick is to run your redstone to the corner, and it'll open up everything for you. Alright, I'm going to spawn some pigs and some cows, and we'll see if we can see the separator work. This is my favorite part of trapdoors. Whee! Quickly, quickly, up the ladder. Now we see a cow. Let's see if we have any pigs coming down. There's a cow. So you can see him coming under here, and he just slides right along there. And he can't fit underneath our little tiny gap right here. Any more pigs coming in? Oh. Come on, piggies. Come on. Here goes our cows. Our cows actually fall down a little chute, and they get caught by a water stop, and they get pushed on out by egg in the water stream. Yeah, piggy, piggy, piggy. Yeah, piggy, piggy, piggy. Pigs. Oh, here's our first pig. So here Pigs comes along, and he slides right under there. So nice. So nice when that works.